Russia's Human Rights Council, where Putin included propagandists and leaders of pro-Kremlin public organizations, has linked the rise in sexual violence to migrants from the Middle East. Like they keep entire areas in fear, but this is unusual for Russians. Only according to statistics, violence is committed by an acquaintance or relative of the child in half of the cases, and in a quarter of the cases by a person in a state of alcoholic intoxication or suffering from mental illness. At the same time, the number of mentally ill people is steadily growing in Russia by a quarter in 3 years.
The nature of this imperial violence lies in the fact that the top Russian leaders themselves and those who are lower rank, they of course one way or another give verbal orders to commit various outrages and violence and other crimes. In fact, they take part in these crimes themselves.
The level of violence in Russia has grown rapidly since the start of the war against Ukraine. First of all, in the border areas. So, in the Belgorod region, the number of armed crimes increased by 213% compared with the previous year, and in the Kursk region by 675%. In the country as a whole, the growth of armed crime has amounted to 30%. And this is the official statistics of the Ministry of Internal Affairs, which as a rule are underreported in Russia. According to experts, the longer the war lasts, the more serious the social consequences will be.
Amid Moscow's defeat in the aggressive war against Ukraine, not only the level of violence will grow within internationally recognized borders, that is, the number of violent sexual crimes, but also of various other types of crimes, like thefts and murders. And I think, in general, that the level of violent crimes will continue to grow.
The situation was further aggravated by the farce with the so-called annexation of the temporarily occupied territories of Ukraine into Russia. This opened up unprecedented opportunities for criminals of all kinds to create false documents and sell weapons on the black market within Russia itself. Connection in this is obvious, but Russian institutions do their best to hush it up. According to experts, this is inherent in the very essence of the war unleashed by the Kremlin.
We are talking about the factor of war, which is definitely denied officially in Russia today. Moreover, it is even criminally prosecuted if you declare that Russia is waging war or taking part in military actions. Well, probably this is a part of politics, including propaganda politics. And the denial of this fact occurs at various levels.
Society reacts to the nature of the ongoing war. This is clearly seen in Ukraine, which defends itself, where everyone understands what and why they are fighting for. Thus, crime has fallen by 13% compared to the previous year, according to the statements of the head of the National Police, Igor Klimenko. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Danilo Kobza, UATV News.